Today I have a new add-on for my Mister. It is an MT32-pi hat that I got from Mister Addons, the same place that I got the Mister itself. Let's take a look. So I've already broke the seal here, and I haven't actually looked inside yet. I should probably also mention this doubles as a SNAC adapter. If you don't know what SNAC is, it's basically a connector that allows you to hook up your original controllers for the NES, Super Nintendo, and Genesis. There are adapters for other controllers, but those are the only three that I got. That's the three that they said that they support on this. So, and honestly, that's kind of like the major ones. There's also TurboGrafx. I think they have a Saturn one too, but it didn't say it supported it. And it was out of stock, so whatever. But yeah, so it does double duty as a Pi hat and a SNAC adapter. So this is, okay, so this is one of the SNAC adapters. Is this sealed or something? Yeah, it is. All right. Fix that. So yeah, so obviously this is a Nintendo port. And I know it looks weird because it's HDMI, but for some reason the SNAC adapters use HDMI for connections. I don't know why. They must have a reason, but yep, NES. So that's cool. These are probably, let me get these out of the way. Should have 3 of these. Yeah, it's so strange to see HDMI as the connecting port for SNAC. This is Genesis. You know, this would probably, I don't know if there's like kind of drivers or something, but I mean, it's the same port as like an Atari 2600. So I don't know if that would work as well. Maybe, I think Commodore also used it. I never owned a Commodore 64, but I think it used the same port. So this is a cable that connects to the I/O port. It looks like USB 3. It may even be USB 3, but I've been reading and I've seen videos where it said it's not USB 3, it's something else, or I don't know. Maybe it's just reserved for some. But anyway, this is a very short cable made, and you'll see, so that the Pi hat can sit right on top of the original Mister case from Mister Addons, and it looks pretty neat. All right, there's the last SNAC adapter that I ordered. Oop. In the camera there. This one is for the Super Nintendo. Yep, Super Nintendo SNAC adapter, so be able to use my original. The thing that sucks, I was hoping to be able to use 2 for 2-player stuff, but no, it only works with 1. I think the Demon Byte adapter allows you to do 2 or even multiple, but I don't know. I couldn't find those in stock. They're from the UK, at least the ones I was looking at. So these will do. Most of the time I'm going to be playing by myself. So here is the Pi hat, and comes with an OLED screen. These 2 buttons I've seen on every other Pi hat. I don't know what this does. Oh, it's kind of clicky. Click, 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 click. It's not, yeah. It's, so I don't know. I looked into this a little bit. I know it allows you to emulate using, I think, a Roland MIDI MT32 equipment from the 80s. This is the board. That's just, the thing goes on top, right? Oh, no, this is actually it. Yeah. So there's the interface. I guess that's the the SNAC adapter part, or yeah, maybe this is, I think this is the interface. So yeah, I don't know. Does it say what it does? Does the top say? Oop. Synth, ROM, and I have no idea what this little knob does. Why is it, oh wait, why is it printed on both sides? That's kind of weird. I mean, you can only go one way because of the knob. It's not like it's reversible. At least I don't think it is. But yeah, this actually sits on top of a Pi, Raspberry Pi. If you don't get the Pi 3A, or I think it's the Pi 2W, something like that. Something, is it Pi 02W, I think? It's a small one. If I have some Raspberry Pis, but they're the 3B pluses, and they stick out. I guess I don't know. They stick out from the side. I can't remember which way. And it looks kind of ugly. So if you had this on here like that, it's like, I think it sticks out from this side. So you have all these ports hanging out. It looks really lame. So I went out and I ordered a Raspberry Pi 3 A+. And these are, all Raspberry Pis are hard to get. Even the 3B Plus that I have multiple of, I think I bought them for, I don't know, 30 bucks or something, 25, 40, less than 40 bucks for sure. And they go for over 100. And these do too, for some reason. And I don't know why they're so, it's a global shortage thing. But so these are normally 25, that's the retail price. I ended up actually paying 65 with shipping. So it wasn't, I mean, it's kind of a lot. It's more than double, but at least it did include shipping. And most of the posts I saw for selling a Raspberry Pi 3 Model A Plus were over 100. So I don't know. I thought I did pretty good. Plus I didn't want to wait around and see if I could catch it. Who knows when they'd come back in stock. This looks like it's brand new. So this one came from eBay. Saw one that was a little sus on eBay for 40 bucks, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna take a chance at that. But yeah, it just goes on. Let's see, like these pins, like that. Well, I think there's spacers and stuff to go here. So as you can see, fits perfectly. It's kind of obviously made for it, but the B Plus, Pi 3 B Plus sticks out, has extra USB ports and stuff, so it'll eventually go there. I don't know where the spacers are. I probably missed a bag. Oh, here. This is the Pi bracket. I should have probably brought my Mister to show you where it would go. I'll just show you the finished product at the end. So this was a separate purchase. This was like 45 bucks, which wasn't bad because it comes with the screen, you know, this little knobby thing, of course the board. It doesn't come with the Pi, obviously, but it does double duty as a SNAC. I think it's got a switch someplace. Yeah, right here. So you can switch from it being an MT32 to a SNAC. I guess you can't do both. Well, I guess, well, that makes sense actually, because when it's an MT32-pi mode, then you're probably playing a PC game of some kind, or 6800, or some kind of computer game, and you wouldn't be using the NES, Super Nintendo, or Genesis. Well, maybe the Genesis controller. I don't know, but for the most part, you would care more to use it as the MIDI music thing rather than the control your original, use your original controller thing. So, anyway, back to this. Okay, this is the kit. This is the part of the kit that goes with that. It comes with the part. It's the spacers and junk. Yeah, just all the spacers and screws to put it all together. That's the thing with the Mister. I bought this is the knob. I bought the pre-assembled kit. Oh, that's a nice knob. For the Mister, but a lot of this is kind of your own. How does this go? I don't see, it doesn't seem slotted. I think you just shove it in there. I don't want to shove it in there yet because I want to put it together first. That'll be like the last thing. But yeah, here are all the this is for the MT32-pi. No wait, this is for the Raspberry Pi 02. Or W's or whatever the hell that thing's called, because it's so small. It's smaller than this. It needs a little adapter. So that's to put all that stuff together. Let's not lose all, I'll put that in here just to save you from having to put them back in the bag for right now. And this is what the whole thing will sit on, and it allows you to attach it to the Mister Addons case. There's some screws. This is a tight fit. So yeah, I'm kind of sticking with the Mister Addons ecosystem, just getting everything from there because I know all the stuff goes together well. Oh my gosh, this thing is tough to get out. Okay, but yeah, so this gets attached to the back. If you can imagine the Mister from the side, that Mister Addons, this attaches on the back and then the pi hat goes on here like that. You'll see. I'll put it together and we'll check it out. What else is there? Probably just a bunch of screws, right? I mean, what else can you expect to be in there? Yeah, more screws and stuff. So, all right. Well, yeah, that's about it for the contents of the package. So let me get to work on installing it and getting everything working.
All right, as usual, my videos are running long, so I'll try to speed things up here towards the last part of the video. This is the completed MT32-pi, and looks great. I think it looks really, really good if you have the Mister Addons case. Like I was mentioning when I was opening up the box, there's the metal bracket, and it actually just attaches right there to the top. So you basically take these two screws off the case and then put the bracket there and then put the screws back on. And it looks really good. The cable is perfect length. It would be ideal if it didn't have to curve up, because it looks like it puts a little bit of stress on the port, but it's not too bad. I think by now it's kind of just, the cable is kind of taking shape there, so I'm not worried about it. And yeah, looks really, really cool. There was no real instructions that I could say. I basically just went to the Mister Addons site and took a look at the pictures and just, I mean, it wasn't terribly difficult. I'm sure that people could figure it out even without the pictures or a manual. But yeah, this is the way that the spacers go. And also the thing that I would have liked from maybe a small manual, or at least a website or a particular page on their site, is to kind of tell me certain things that are undocumented. Like, I didn't know what this knob was for. I didn't know if it was to select things, if there was like a menu and it was a selector and you clicked it, or what. Like, I had no idea. It doesn't feel like clickies. Oh, actually it is clicky. What am I talking about? But anyway, it doesn't do that. As far as I know, it just does volume. And again, had to just trial and error. Same thing with this switch. I didn't find any documentation what it does. I think they did eventually. I messaged them, but I think by the time they had gotten back to me, I mean, they probably don't have the directions, because it's kind of a duh. Just turn it on and you'll figure it out in like 5 minutes or less. So that's probably why there's no documentation. But for somebody that wants to kind of know everything ahead of time, yeah, it's not, I guess maybe Mister's not for you, because there's a lot of kind of fiddling around with stuff. But anyway, the software I thought was going to be fiddling around with a lot, and it was pretty simple. There's some instructions online. It wasn't hard at all. There is a new install script that you can put on your Mister. You would actually have to put the SD card that is in the Raspberry Pi into a USB reader, put it to the Mister, and then run the install script. But for whatever reason, I was getting a syntax error when I'd run the script, and I ended up just doing it myself. There's also an updater script that's supposed to go out, but also got the same syntax error. So I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong, or maybe the version of the script I downloaded just says some kind of simple bug in it, but it wouldn't even run. Again, no worries. The instructions are pretty simple. You just copy a bunch of files. Got to put some ROMs on there too for the different, I guess they're not games, but I guess the different types of, I don't know, machines that it's trying to emulate. So those weren't hard to find either. But anyway, let's give it a shot. Man, running long still. All right, first I actually should show you what it looks like when I turn it on. Again, the switch is to the outside. That should put it in MT32 mode, and the screen will come on. You can see it there. And the volume knob, actually just adjust the volume. It's at 100%. You see. Another thing to note is if you download the config file from the Mister Addons site for this, it will actually have the knob reversed. There's a reverse option in the config for MT32, and it's enabled by default. So just turn it from on to off, and then you can get it to, otherwise, like, you'll increase volume going counterclockwise, which is counterintuitive. But anyway, just wanted to mention that. Now that it's on, the Mister, I have it on my CRT and LCD mirrored, and let's just go with LCD because it films better. We should have some new options. So let's just go ahead and start with the PC. This is the A046 core, which unfortunately does not work on the CRT, so I couldn't even be filming that. And yeah, this is nothing new. Let me just do it on the controller here and bring the menu up. First one is going to be the boot device. The second one actually has the games. And then you'll see here, MT32-pi, you have that option now, so it's enabled. We're gonna put show info, if you put, oops, you have to enter. If you do any non-FB or LCD auto, it shows the same thing that it shows on the Mister front end, right there on the screen. So I'll just leave it on there for fun. And you can change between Munt and Fluid Synth. And that's the sound font mode, so you can change the sound fonts. But we're just gonna play it on regular Munt. All right, so now we haven't rebooted yet, so let's reboot and apply those hard disks. And they were booted. And the one people always use is Monkey Island. Yeah, that's fine. We can try something different, like yeah, it was on Indiana Jones. Let's go ahead and start that. And you'll see that there's a Sound Blaster option. Well, now, oops. What do you mean already active? What did I do? I don't know which one I chose. Which one did I choose? Oh man. Oh, is the sound even on? Yeah, that's the MT32 mode. And you can see it going, showing the different instruments it's playing there. I guess I should probably let it play. It's in Sound Blaster mode, so you can hear that. It doesn't take very long to load. And we'll go to Sound Blaster mode. Oops, how do I skip? I guess I don't. And you can see the MT32 is not doing anything. And the difference is pretty notable. It's probably not as notable as it is on some other games. Like on the X68000, it's very, very noticeable. But I just want to show you. Works on like hundreds of PC games. So if PC games are your thing, and it, most people probably did not play it in the mode MT32 mode. They probably use Sound Blaster. That's what I remember. That's how I remember playing PC games. Never owned a PC game. Never used to game on a PC. When I was a kid, I never had one. I just had used consoles. So I would go to my friend's house and they had the Sound Blaster. So that's how I remember them. Let's try a different computer. Let's try the X68000. And this one will definitely show you a huge difference. Since it boots, it's kind of, okay, so it's already loaded to the Konami hard drive. I just never unloaded it. So it's, you can choose here between the MT32 and the regular one. So let's do the regular one first. Kind of loud. Let's turn it down a little bit. You can see me in the mirror holding my phone. So it sounds fine until you hear the MT32 version. It's like, okay, well, it kind of sounds like a Genesis a little bit. And you can find these comparisons online where they switch back and forth while this scene's playing out. I just wanted to give you a quick overview or dose of the regular one, the regular non-MT32 soundtrack. All right, so that's pretty good. Let's reset it and I'll just reboot right back to Castlevania. let's switch to the MT32 version. If you do this from the games that you do from disk to floppy disk take forever. Listen to the difference. I mean, just on that part. Even the Konami logo sounds better. It's a pretty significant difference. And from what I was hearing and reading, that a lot of the developers use an MT32 when they make the music, so this is kind of what they expected it to sound like. Of course, they probably use a sound blaster as well because they realize most people have sound blasters, but this is ideal. I don't know what happens if I turn it off, like on the fly. Oh, it just gets messed up because I did something bad. Actually, I think that's good. We're good there. It's just going to restart. So yeah, let's try the SNAC. Okay, so I have some bad news. The SNAC functionality is kaput. It straight up doesn't work on the Nintendo or Super Nintendo, and the Genesis one sort of works. I would say mostly works, but down left, the diagonal down left does not work very well. And I thought it was maybe my Genesis controller, but I tried 3 of them. And I know they're good. I was playing Herzog's Y, and I could not go down left very easily. I had to wiggle between left and down, and that's no good. Like, you can use a Super Nintendo controller for the NES core. But yeah, that just didn't work at all. So I'll just demonstrate. So I have the SNAC cable connected here to an NES controller. And then we'll go ahead and start. So SNAC never is going to work during the menus. Like, I already know that. But if we do console, oh, come on. Why does it do that? NES, and then load up, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. 1942. Did I leave it in? Oh, I left it in MT32 mode. So when that happens, it just pauses. It's just continuously pausing. So we can't do that. So let's turn it off. But at least it registers something if I put it in the correct mode, which is what I initially did. I was just messing with it. And then you turn it on. The thing will boot, but the MT32-pi logo does not come on. And you know that you're in, see, so no logo. And you know that you are in SNAC mode. So again, let's try console. NES. Actually, here, before I do anything, I should probably show you that the input options, SNAC, Zapper's off, but SNAC is on, because none is like just no SNAC. So I have it on. I don't have a Zapper connected. But yeah, so let's choose let's do 1942 again. So now it's in SNAC mode, but like now it literally does nothing. Like nothing. Oh, my bad. Well, it wasn't doing that before. It was doing nothing before. Now it's just stuck on pause. I don't know what's going on. So the SNAC is not doing the MT32 is not doing anything. It's supposed to be in SNAC mode. I'm surprised actually it paused, because with other times I did it, I don't know, I guess it's inconsistent. It just did nothing. Like, it was doing absolutely nothing. Same thing for Super Nintendo. I would show you, but it was literally more of the same. So I contacted Mister Addons, and they were really cool. And they asked me about my setup and stuff, and then they're like, "Well, I guess yours isn't working, so I'll give you half credit." So he gave me. I didn't want a refund for half of it. I guess what the thinking was, the MT32 part works, which it does. It works great. But the SNAC part doesn't at all. But the thing is, I bought all these SNAC adapters, right? Well, 3 of them. And I can't do anything with them now because SNAC just doesn't work. And I guess I could buy the SNAC adapter cable. But the cool thing about this is that, you know, it was all in one unit. I'll have to disconnect that MT32-pi cable and then connect the SNAC to that. And I don't know. It just seems like it's just such a shame because it was such a good idea. You know, you get two things in one. And it was a good value, and it's still good. He gave me like half my money back, so which is fantastic. You know, it's basically an MT32 at a very inexpensive price, and he was really cool about it. But I was hoping to get an exchange, right? Like, hey, you have a faulty one, but no exchange, just a refund. So final thoughts on the MT32-pi hat from Mister Addons. Is looks cool, looks great on top of the Mister Addons case. If you have that case, I would recommend it. It's not very expensive, so at $45, I mean the bracket's another $12.50, so you do have to factor that in if you're going to bolt it to the case. Seems kind of pricey for the bracket, but you know, it is what it is. I didn't mind paying it. Looks great. I like that the volume control knob is there, even if I don't use it. It looks really cool. You know, it's a really good little package, but I can't vouch for the SNAC part of it. So if you're buying it to do SNAC stuff, I don't know what to tell you. Like maybe mine's just bad. I don't know. It didn't seem like there's a whole lot you could do. The Mister Addons support chat was like, and I don't know if that was Pork Chop Express himself or somebody else, but again, they were like, hey, you know, what's your setup? This, and this. I'm like, oh, I guess it doesn't work. I'm like, oh, okay. He did help me with the button, you know, the knob going clockwise was reducing the volume. And they're like, oh, there's a setting. Like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. So it's very helpful. It's just, I guess they felt like, well, we can't do anything about it. It just doesn't work. So that was a bummer. But anyway, yeah, if you maybe try your luck, it might work for you. I know he's working on a new one called SNACs with an X instead of a K, and instead of a C. And it's supposed to work on the PlayStation 1 core. So yeah, maybe just wait around for that and see how that goes. I don't know if he's going to do the same thing with the Pi hat where it's a dual purpose, you know, MT32-pi and then a SNACs. But I think that's going to be proprietary, only his stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's all for me for now. One thing is because I was kind of expecting to use my old controllers and I still want to, ended up just going to the Demon Byte site and buying those. So I'll have another video on those when those come in. So I bought a whole bunch of Demon Byte controllers. I would have liked to use the MT32-pi for my SNAC as well, but you know, it is what it is. It'll just be another dongle hanging off the Mister. But all right, guys, for real, this is it. All right, until next time, bye.